Hello everyone, back to today's second video. We're going to have a look at the weather next 10 to 14 days for today's second video. So day 10 will take us around the 25th of September, and we'll be able to extend out beyond that the extended GFS and ECM ensembles variants around a couple of weeks. We're going to look at CFSB2 at the end of the video the next 4 weeks. That will take us into the middle part, or certainly the early part of October. Anyway, I think it goes to like the second week of October with that now. So I'll get on all of that very shortly. Going to start off with the tropical Atlantic. Look at all of that that's going on in the tropical Atlantic. Quite incredible how many disturbance areas we have. Really unusual. And yeah, so I'll talk you through everything that's going on there. In a moment. Just say that the ECMWF 30-day forecast was the first video up today. So have a look at that and see what the ECM is forecast in terms of temperature and rainfall anomalies for the next 4 weeks. Tonight, talking of the ECMWF on the blog at GavsWeatherVids.com, we're going to have the ECMWF seasonal forecast update. So that's going to take us through the next 4 tri-monthly periods with mean sea level pressure anomalies, and we'll get us into winter period as well. So that's going to be a very interesting blog update at the website tonight, probably around 7 o'clock. Something like that. Right, okay, so let's get on with the video then. And as I say, we've got so much going on. So where to begin with all of this? Let's deal with the yellow X's first of all, because they're the least likely, I suppose, to develop into tropical depression. So we've got a yellow X just here in the Gulf of Mexico. That's disturbance 1, with a 10% chance of cyclone formation in the next 2 days and a 10% chance in the next 5 days. It doesn't look like that's going to develop into territory. We've got another yellow X in the very far north of the Atlantic. I mean, that's a really long way north. That's 45 degrees north, somewhere between the Azores and Ireland. So that one is disturbance 3, with a 10% chance of cyclone formation in the next 2 days and a 20% chance in the next 5 days. They're saying a non-tropical area of low pressure is located over far northeastern Atlantic Ocean, 700 miles northeast of the Azores. This system is forecast to move south-southeastward during the next few days, where it will encounter warmer oceanic temperatures and could allow the low to gradually acquire some tropical or subtropical characteristics this week. That sounds very strange, doesn't it? It does sound like it's going to move towards the Azores and may start getting like tropical characteristics. Sounds very, very strange, that one. And then we've got this orange X down here. So this is disturbance 2 with a 50% chance of cyclone formation, tropical cyclone formation in the next 2 days, and a 17% chance in the next 5 days. Showers and thunderstorms associated with an area of low pressure located a few hundred miles southeast of the Cape Verde Islands gradually continue to become better organised. Environmental conditions are conducive for further development of this system, and a tropical depression is likely to form during the next few days while the system moves generally westward at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Right, where to next then? So let's have a look at Vicki, shall we? This is Tropical Storm Vicki just here. That one is giving maximum sustained winds of 50 miles per hour with a minimum set pressure of 1,004 millibars, moving northwestward at 9 miles per hour. Clicking on Vicki shows what Vicki's forecast to do. So this one looks like not going to do too much actually. Tropical storm at the moment, looks like it's going to become a tropical depression by Thursday, and then sort of, or goes post-tropical depression by Thursday, and then sort of dies a little bit of a death probably. So we don't have to worry too much about Vicki. We've also got Teddy just here, Tropical Storm Teddy. Is giving maximum sustained winds of 60 miles per hour with minimum set pressure of 1,001 millibars. This one is moving northwestward at 12 miles per hour. Clicking on Teddy, we see that Teddy is forecast to become a major hurricane. So at the moment of tropical storm, it's going to become a hurricane any time in the next few hours, really. And by the weekend, this is a major hurricane that looks like it's heading towards Bermuda. It looks like we've got major hurricane Teddy heading towards Bermuda, perhaps, by the weekend. Obviously, the track of that could change. It's a long way off. Anywhere within that cone area could come in the firing line with Teddy, but that one looks like it's going to become a major hurricane. Let's have a look, shall we? So again, let's click on Teddy, have a look at the discussion page. So maximum sustained winds with this going to around 120 miles per hour. So, yeah, that's getting into major category hurricane status, definitely. That's like a category 3. Actually, up there, it's like 125 miles per hour. So that's getting quite close to category 4, I think. That's going to be starting to get quite close to a category 4 hurricane, potentially, on the Saffir-Simpson scale. Also, we've got Sally. Hurricane Sally is just here. This is a category 1 hurricane at the moment off the Gulf Coast, giving maximum sustained winds of 85 miles per hour, minimum set pressure of 982 millibars. Very slow moving, this one at 2 miles per hour. And so we go there. There's so much going on, isn't there? So this, again, Category 1 hurricane moving on to the Gulf Coast and then moving up inland, becoming a tropical storm, tropical depression, then going post-tropical over Georgia and South Carolina. And then finally, we have Paulette just here. This is Hurricane Paulette, giving maximum sustained winds of 105 miles per hour. Category 2 hurricane, moving northeastwards at 20 miles per hour with minimum center pressure of 965 millibars. Clicking on Paulette, we see that this is going to become a major Category 3 hurricane later today, and then goes back down to a Category 2, Category 1 hurricane tomorrow, becomes a tropical storm on Thursday, and then sort of dives southwards in that direction, which is quite unusual, diving southwards somewhere to the west of the Azores, I think, as a post-tropical storm by the weekend. Wow, so much going on, and we will keep you posted on what's happening. I think the main talking points are Paulette and Sally right now, and by the weekend and early next week, probably Teddy heading to Bermuda. And this orange X just here, where that goes, we will need to keep a very close eye on that one as well. I think so much happening in the tropical Atlantic, and we will keep you posted, of course, at GavsWeatherVids over the coming days. Latest observations. So these are our latest temperature observations at XC Weather. So widely we see temperatures into mid-27. We've got Bedford at 24 Celsius. We've got Benson at 24 Celsius. We have got London Gatwick at 27 right now. Stansted is at 27 too. Norfolk is at 26. Heathrow is at 27. So into the upper 20 Celsius quite widely in that southeast corner. Going further north, we've got Bingley at 22. We've got Senny Bridge at 21. We've got Real at 24, heading into southern Scotland. We've got Esdelmuir at 19, we've got Aviemore at 14, Oakland, we've got Belfast at 20. There's another couple of hours of warming still to go, heating still to go in the southeast corner. So we have got 30 degrees flash away there, but it's actually like in the far southeast, to the far southeast of the country. Just here, so that station just there, which I cannot highlight right now, so I can't show you what that is. But anyway, so over towards France, around 30 degrees there, but we could get temperatures around 30, 30, 31 is possible, somewhere like Heathrow this afternoon. That's around 88 Fahrenheit, very, very warm afternoon. So these are the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles for the next couple of weeks. Looking at London from our west central day, red light is 30-year upper air temperature average. So very hot at night with the upper air temperatures between 15 and 20 degrees at 850 HPA. Those temperatures are going to lower as we go through the second half of this week, but staying very warm, staying significantly above average right way through to the weekend and into next week as well. As we come to the last week of September, we see the upper air temperatures dropping then. So the upper air temperatures begin to cool down into the last week of September. Could that be the onset of autumn? That I know quite a few of you, so do read your comments. I know quite a few of you are waiting for the true onset of autumn. Could that be the beginnings of it in the last week of September? Possibly, might be, because it's extended range. So it's a very long way out. It's after day 10. So precipitation-wise, loads of dry weather coming up over the next week as well. Next week to almost 10 days. Beyond that, into last week of September, again, more unsettled, much more precipitation in the last week of September. So seemingly there is a change here towards autumnal weather in the last week of September, but because it's extended range, because it's a long way out, it is very uncertain. Temperature anomalies from the 15th to 23rd of September going to be warmer than average, slightly warmer than average for the north, a little bit more significantly warmer than average for England and Wales. It's going to be a warmer average week coming up. Most parts of Europe also looking very warm in the weekend as well. Precipitation anomalies, very significantly drier than average too. Here's today's wind flow map from earthnullschool.net. So you can see the way that the jet stream and the winds, the upper level winds being pushed in that sort of direction. So they're well away from us. All of this sort of clear area just here is high pressure. High pressure is in control across most parts of northern and Western Europe. But that's not to say there's not a lot going on in the Atlantic, though, because you can see these sort of circulations. So that's a disturbance area between Ireland and the Azores that might get sort of tropical characteristics as it moves in that sort of direction towards the Azores in the coming days. We spoke about that at the start of the video, of course. This is Paulette just here. This is Hurricane Paulette. Whoops, let's just do that. This is Hurricane Paulette just here. So Paulette going to become a major hurricane anytime. Let's move over here. So there's Sally. There's Sally just heading for the Gulf Coast of the United States. That's a Category 1 hurricane. And then coming down here, you can see that we've got, this is quite fun, isn't it? It's coming down here. You can see that we've got Teddy just there. That's what we're going to be keeping an eye on from the weekend onwards, I think. And yeah, Vicki is just there. So much going on right now. And just here, you can see that disturbance area. Just here, you can see the disturbance area that may become like another tropical storm or hurricane in the coming days. So much happening. It really is quite incredible what is going on at the moment. Right, so this is how the UK Met is looking for Friday. We're under high pressure on Friday, still going to be mostly dry. Temperatures will lower a little bit to the end of the week, but still really warm, still into mid-20s Celsius at least for most southern parts of the country. Into the weekend, so high and dry for the weekend, lots of dry and fine weather, and that goes on as far as we can go for the UK Met to Monday 21st of September, where again we are under high pressure, bringing lots of dry and fine conditions. This is how the GFS is looking for Friday. Again, high pressure reaching from the Atlantic into much of northern and western Europe. And this high pressure fest goes on into the weekend. There might be 2 showers over the weekend flirting with the south, but generally the emphasis is on dry weather through to the early part of next week. Right, we get through to Wednesday and things begin to break down then. So yeah, low pressure is starting to come in from off the Atlantic by Wednesday, starting to turn a little bit more unsettled, and this low pressure pushes through as we go through to Thursday. Got the remains of a tropical storm / hurricane just there. I think that's probably Teddy. So that's in the North Atlantic by the time we get through to Thursday next week. Moving up towards day 10, that's how we're looking. So some ridging to our south, low pressure to the north, all looks quite typical. It will be a bit cooler though next week. Will be a bit cooler and all looking rather typical for September. This ridge then redevelops as we go into the last week of September on this GFS run before it finally starts to slip away, and by the end of a GFS run, which gets us to Thursday the 1st of October, it looks like we're going back into a more unsettled westerly flow with low pressure coming in from off the Atlantic. GM, again, high pressure reaches through the country, bringing lots of dry, fine and warm weather with it. Into the weekend, again, the emphasis on dry weather, especially for the northern half of the country early next week. Quite a bit of dry weather before it starts to go more showery and cooler by the middle of next week. Heading up towards day 10, the GM is actually quite unsettled at day 10, more so than the GFS, so the GM does look quite unsettled up to day 10 with low pressure properly setting up around Iceland. ECM looks like this, again, ridging through the country on Friday, lots of dry, fine and warm weather. That carries on into weekend. Early next week, breaking down the ridge, turning more unsettled. By the second half of next week, it actually turns very unsettled with low pressure in from off the Atlantic, bringing plenty of showers, if not longer spells of rain too, by day 10, which is Friday the 25th of September. Unsettled and quite cool there. With the ECM this morning. This is how the ECM precipitation forecast based on that ECM run looks from Meteo.com. So going to be lots of dry weather around over the coming few days. But as we go through into the middle of next week, then it gradually starts to turn more unsettled. It's into the middle of next week, gradually begin to turn more unsettled. Low pressure coming in from off Atlantic. It takes a while to get properly wet, but eventually, yes, we do go genuinely unsettled as we go between around days 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. These are the options on the table within the ECM ensemble today for day 10, which gets us to the 25th of September. These look more unsettled than we've had for quite some time. 16 members of the ECM ensembles with low pressure over to west of the country, bringing in quite a strong westerly flow. 16 with low pressure to our north, again bringing in westerlies from off the Atlantic. 9 with low pressure to our north, bringing in a west-north-westerly flow. They're going to be unsettled too. 8 with low pressure through the country, again very unsettled with these. And 2 with low pressure to our north and northeast. All options there looking low pressure dominated by the 25th September day 10, which is a long time, been a long time since we've been able to say that. So yes, by 25th September we're looking at settle. How long does that last? These are the options that we've got on the table in 2 weeks' time. This gets us to the 30th of September. 12 members of the east ensembles with low pressure to our east, bringing winds from west to northwesterly direction. It's going to be quite cool and showery. 11 with low pressure over to the north country, bringing in a westerly flow. 10 with low pressure to our west, again bringing in westerlies. 9 with high pressure to our south, low pressure to the north. Driest weather is in the south with that, most of the south in the north. And then another 9 with low pressure to our west, high pressure to the east, drawing up winds from a southerly direction. They will be warm, but with low pressure out to west, maybe a little bit on the showery side. Finally, let's just have a look at the CFS V2. So these are 500 millibar heights broken down into week periods. The first week period takes us from the 15th to 21st of September. The coming week looks high pressure dominated, with high pressure over the country, going to be mostly dry, fine, and potentially very warm with those. Big change for week 2. This is 22nd, 28th of September. Low pressure then is to our north. In come the westerly winds. So going to be unsettled, low pressure being showers or longer spells of rain. Temperatures taking a tumble, autumnal weather. Week 3 is the 29th of September, 5th of October. Low pressure is to our east, high pressure is to our west. Winds are coming in from a northwesterly direction. Showers or longer spells of rain with that. And we go through to week 4, which is the 6th to 12th of October. Low pressure again to our east, high pressure is to the west. Winds are in from a northwesterly direction, cool, unsettled, and autumnal. The CFS is seeing a big change here after the first week, after this week, if you like, which is warm and summery. The CFS is descending us into autumn through the last week of September, and that carries on into the first half of October. Finally, if you've enjoyed this video, then please can you click like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. You'll be able to see future weather videos. Tell your friends about GavsWeatherVids.com, and let us know in the comments what you think. We are heading towards 7,500 subscribers. Got a little way to go. We've got to put on around about 60, 65 subscribers, something like that. We are getting closer to 7,500 subscribers. When we hit 7,500 subscribers, we'll then be able to say that we are on the grind to 8k subs. So another sort of 65 subscribers, and then we'll be on the grind to 8k when we get to get through to 7,500 subs. So yeah, click like, don't forget to tell your friends, make sure you subscribe to the channel, let us know in the comments what you think, and we'll be able to give you more future weather videos in the future. Right, okay, so that's it. We're going to be back later on with your with a blog update at the website, actually. So that can be at GavsWeatherVids.com. Looking at the ECM seasonal model for the next 4 tri-monthly periods with mean sail pressure anomalies. That'll be after 7 o'clock this evening at the website. Tomorrow we'll have the USA forecast, and then we're going to live stream a 10 to 14 day update in the evening tomorrow from 6 o'clock. Going to be a lot of fun, and we'll be looking for signs of autumn, I suppose, in our live stream 10 to 14 day video update tomorrow night. But for this video, for today's videos, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.